Okay, so what made you think about starting the school?
Well, I'd been teaching in traditional school environments for a while. And, actually, I have a question. Should I be looking at the camera or should I be looking at you?
Camera.
The camera. Okay. So I had been teaching in traditional environments for quite a while. And I was seeing how much kids loved nature, especially once I became a school's garden teacher. And the kids really just clamored to be there. And I realized that being there once a day or for an afternoon was simply not enough. The kids were really clamoring to be outside, and they really needed to get their energy out and be as loud and big as they wanted to be. And I also started realizing when I would go back into indoor teaching environments just how unnaturally loud it was and how bright, and the kids were really not thriving. So I decided to start teaching outside 100% of the time, and I decided to start my own school because I could make it an ideal place for kids to learn.
So, I was thinking, like what made you start? Like who who encouraged you to make this?
Oh, who encouraged me? You know what? My husband was completely integral to my starting outside school. I was afraid of being out on my own, and I was afraid of not on my own. I was more afraid of the lack of regular income potential and health insurance. So it was a scary proposition for me to start my own school. But my husband kept encouraging me, and finally I did it.
So, yeah, it's like, so, so I'm wondering, this is the last question. But
Oh, it's the last question? Okay.
So, what made you think, what did you see in kids that made them, that made you think that they needed more outside time?
Oh, that is a super good question. So, what I was seeing in kids that made me think they needed more outside time was that, this is super, what a great question. So, aside from them clamoring to be outside, I just saw their bundled up energy just ready to spring forth out in the world. And some of the kids who I was teaching, so I started outside school as an afternoon program at public schools. And some of the kids wouldn't be allowed to come because of their behavior in the classroom. But it really turns out that children need to have the outside time and to have that energy release so that they can be more settled down when they are in indoor environments. So that was a big move for me to see that kids needed that outside time in order to be more settled into their bodies. And then the other thing that I was realizing is that when kids are in a classroom with two-dimensional papers, for instance, one of the things is, the teacher might give a student a handout on something like deciduous trees, and then they'll ask them to color in the deciduous tree, different seasons, different colors, and then color in an evergreen tree, all green, for instance. But then when you come out here to the park, you can readily see which trees are evergreen, which trees are deciduous, and see all these changes happen as the seasons go on. So it's a deeper, richer learning experience than anybody will ever get inside a classroom. What do you think of that answer?
And that, Heather Taylor.
Thank you.